Welcome to the TTO podcast. I'm Guz, here with my co-host Pluto. Today we're going to go over the recap for the conference championships and of course the pick'ems for the Super Bowl. So let's get it, dude. My boy Pluto, the last cast of the year, man.
Last cast, baby. Look where we came from, my guy, dude. It's been a long year, but it's been a good year. Some crazy shit happened in the NFL. We'll also recap some of these awards. I don't know if some of these people have seen these coming, but a lot of them, kind of shaped up throughout the year.
Yeah, we had talked about it on the last cast about who we thought, and some of these we've got right. So that's something we'll dive into a little bit later on in the episode. This one isn't going to be super long because we're just going to go over the conference championships and the Super Bowl. But either way, let's get right into it. Sunday, January 29th was the games. It was 2 weeks ago. Recording from today, so we had time to kind of think about it, iron it out, and talk about it. But the first game that we had was the 49ers at the Eagles, and man, this was a shock for me because I had the 49ers winning this game, and man, with Brock Purdy going out early in the first quarter, this game kind of just spiraled down for the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers, once Purdy went down, dude, their whole team looked awful, dude. I mean, Eagles pressed them 31-7, dude. Terrible game. You hate to see that in the conference championship, but really can't do much. I mean, only thing, dude, I don't know, the Eagles' game plan, dude. It's pretty methodical, and if you can stop it, I feel like that's the only way you can beat it, dude. And even if you come close, it's going to be a good game, but, the 49ers losing their backup quarterback who was doing good for them, definitely put a nail in the coffin for that team.
Yeah, the defense played very well for the Philadelphia Eagles. Offense played very well. We had a lot of rushing touchdowns between three different running backs, or two running backs, and obviously Jalen Hurts. I consider him a running back. So, it was just a bloodbath. Nothing from the San Francisco side could get going. I mean, when you got George Kittle 1 for 4, 1 carry for 4 yards, and then for the receiving, he had 3 receptions for 32 yards. I mean, that's tough.
Trying to use him everywhere they can, and still wasn't getting it done. McCaffrey, got his touchdown, but, he was really the only thing they had going for him, right? 15 carries, 84 yards. If you notice, dude, the Eagles didn't lead in, any single category for the week, and they just dusted. Still got it done.
Yeah, they really surprised me, man. I knew it was going to be a close game, but I felt like with the 49er weapons, it was going to be a problem for them. But whenever it's like you cut the head off of the snake, the head being Brock Purdy, it's like, man, that team just went non-existent pretty quick, man. So they got a touchdown in the second quarter and then goose eggs the second half. So it's pretty rough to watch. Yeah, they bang indeed. They got banged on the ground. They didn't have a chance. So overall, Eagles going to the Super Bowl, man. They looked really good all year, finishing the season 14-3, 7-2 at home, while the 49ers go 13-4 and 5-3, which is not bad, especially with a backup quarterback.
Yeah, both respectable for sure. Purdy definitely solidified himself as he definitely should get another chance.
Yeah, I would assume that he's absolutely going to get another chance, and it sucks whenever it goes out on an injury. You don't really get to, see the full extent of the team in a big moment, so that kind of sucks. But at the end of the day, man, the Eagles walk away with this one 31-7, and then we move to the AFC Championship, and this one was wild, dude.
Sheesh.
Another one you got right. Did you pick the Chiefs for this?
Oh yeah. I got the last 6 games right.
Nice,
I got every game in the divisional round too.
I might have got 0 for 6. I don't know. It's a rough ending for me. But the Bengals end up losing to the Chiefs 23-20 in close fashion.
Joe Burrow finally loses, dude, to the Chiefs. Finally loses to the Chiefs.
Finally loses and had a decent game, not too good. But Patty Mahomes with 326, 2 touchdowns, really carried his team to victory. It was overall a really good game. Him and Travis Kelce just, I don't know, dude, they got
crazy together, bro. They're crazy together, dude. It's like almost as good, if not better, probably better than the Rob Gronkowski Brady.
Yeah, it's definitely up
kind of crazy. Sure. Yeah, it's definitely crazy, bro.
To think about that is actually pretty crazy. but yeah, overall this game was a close game for sure till the end. Pat was able to get that touchdown and kind of seal the deal at the end.
That Valdez Scandling dude, receiver comes out of nowhere, bro. And a couple of their receivers were down. 6 receptions, 116 and a tutty.
That's big.
I mean, huge, dude, huge. I think he's like their 4th receiver on the depth chart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's how you secure some time.
That's how you go back to the Super Bowl, dude, for like the 3rd time in 4 years. Patriot shit, bro. That's Patriot shit, bro.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like, now are they becoming the new Pats? You know what I mean? Like, it's looking that way.
And everyone thinks they lose players every year.
Yeah.
And look at them now; they're still there.
They're still there. They're still doing their thing. And yeah, I mean this was obviously a way better game than the first one. I mean, it was. It was close. You know what I mean? 20-23, but ultimately the Chiefs just better team won
at the end, bro.
Yeah,
they did.
I think now there's a lot of controversy with the refs and all this shit, but I feel like that's every year. But ultimately, yeah, they take the win. You have Cincinnati Bengals finishing the season with 12 wins and 4 losses, which is a pretty good season, and with Kansas City finishing the season 14-3. So two really good teams.
Oh, yeah.
Two really good teams. So now, I mean, you know, we go to the Super Bowl, but before we do that, I want to talk about a little bit about the award winners for the NFL this year. So obviously, it looks like Patrick Mahomes is going to be the winner for the MVP. I think that is well deserved, right? I mean,
definitely my front runner. Him or Jefferson, dude. But going into we'll learn later why. But I don't know. Mahomes definitely like MVP-esque to his team for sure. But I mean, low key, like without Jefferson, Vikings aren't really nothing.
Yeah, and that's very true. And
so I would switch these first 2 awards if I were them. But that's just
that is fair. Justin Jefferson does get an award as the Offensive Player of the Year. So, and that's respectable. Maybe because he literally scores most of their points. You know, he had a really good year. Patrick
I would
Mahomes.
Agree with both of them, though. I'm not mad. At least they both got an award, dude. I would be okay, and I would have been okay, honestly, with Burrow winning that, like, Offensive Player or MVP as well, if he was in that conversation.
Yeah,
just what he did again. Come on, dude, again. Yeah, he's the guy. Sure. I like him a lot.
He's the guy, man. You've been high on him all year, so kudos to you on that. He's definitely the man right now. So shout out to Patty, winning the MVP there, and Justin Jefferson winning the Offensive Player of the Year. And then we move to the Defensive Player of the Year, and it's your boy Nick Bosa from San Fran, and I also think that's well deserved.
I think Matt Judon was up there. I think he was pretty close, dude. He had like 13 sacks or some shit like that too. It was kind of crazy as well. But he was up there, not quite as you know. Nick Bosa's just Nick Bosa, dude. Not to mention the Niners made it do with that defense. I mean, with having a backup quarterback on the offensive side of the ball. Granted, they made one of the biggest trades, you know, throughout the season with getting CMC, but Nick Bosa shows up, I think.
Yeah, for sure, and like I said, well deserved for the Defensive Player of the Year as well. So, and just a couple small notables. Coach of the Year was the Giants coach, Brian Daboll.
Not mad at that.
Yeah, what he did with that team mid-year, they kind of fell off towards the end, but
playoff berth nonetheless.
Yeah, playoff berth, and then you know, Assistant Coach of the Year, D'Amico Ryans, and then you have Comeback Player of the Year, which I really liked, was Geno Smith.
I really like that as well. Geno Smith, well deserved. He balled out, did real good.
Geno Smith I mean, think about it, dude, he's playing the Jets, bro, and now he's kind of throwing the ball at Seattle's, and he's throwing it well. He had a great season, so definitely well deserved.
Speaking of the Jets, dude, sheesh, bro. Dude, crazy, bro. They had, bro, imagine if Breece Hall didn't get hurt too. Think about that when you go over this.
Yeah, I mean, and Breece Hall was, you know, somebody that was dominating.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he was dominating until he got hurt, and that's the thing about NFL, man. It takes one injury to just throw the whole ship off course, you know, and that's exactly what happened with the Jets. So it sucks to see, but you know, next year we'll see. I mean, maybe get healthy, we'll see what them Jets can do. Nobody likes the Jets, but who knows, you know.
But they had the offensive and the defensive Rookie of the Year with Sauce Gardner, the cornerback, wide receiver Garnett, Garrett
Sauce Gardner. That boy got that sauce. Let's just
Yeah.
say.
And they had Garrett Wilson, and then they also would have had Brees Hall. So really, they had 3 of like the top best rookies in the class. That's nuts.
Yeah, and
Touche.
they're rookies, right? So therefore, they're going to be there for a minute until their contract expires. So be looking out for the Jets next year. I think they're going to be a good team, at least personnel-wise.
Yeah,
If they can replicate what they did last year, it's going to be pretty solid. And then obviously your last award, the Walter Payton Man of the Year, Dak Prescott. Not really sure why he got that award.
Yeah, that's the one I don't agree with.
I don't understand that one by any means, but congrats. I mean, these were good awards. For me, I think the Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson, is my highlight of the pick, or I say most deserving, because he's definitely the reason why the Vikings got anywhere. At least Pat Mahomes has, he's got Kelsey and these other people to help a little bit. Justin, I mean, he had Kirk Cousins. I mean,
right now.
That didn't have much. So, plus, I'm a little biased. He's an LSU boy, and that's my team in college. So, but overall, good week of football. But yeah, man, now we're going into the Super Bowl. Last
Super Bowl, baby.
Game of the season.
We're recording on a Friday. Super Bowl's coming up on Sunday. Dude,
Yes.
we got ourselves a game coming up here. We got Chiefs and the Eagles, dude. February 8th, dude. We start out here. It's gonna be a good game. 6:30. Get ready to go. Both teams 14-3. They got the money line at -1.5 for Philadelphia going into this game.
Yeah, I bet on that.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna ask you first who you got going into this game.
So I mean, this game really can go anyway, man. The way the Eagles have been playing lately has just been crazy.
I need a score from you as well.
Okay. I think this is going to be a pretty high-scoring game. I think it's going to be very close. And it can honestly, the score that I'm going to give you could literally flip-flop. It could be the opposite team with the score. But I'm going to go with the Eagles. And I'm going to go the Eagles beating the Chiefs 27-24.
I like that. Okay. See, that's pretty close to what I had. I have the Chiefs winning this game 30-24.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. It can happen. Either one can happen.
Yeah, I think this game's gonna be amazing, dude. It's gonna be a great football game.
I hope so, man. It's a Super Bowl. It better be, bro.
I hope it's nothing like the Pats-Rams game, dude. That shit was like watching paint dry, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. And look, you can get tickets right now as low as $3,400. You're interested.
I mean, that game's probably crazy to be at, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
If I was doing nothing about the Chiefs,
I just hate the Eagles fans, bro. The fans suck.
I do too.
Fucking dicks.
Can't stand anything about Philadelphia, bro. To be honest, any really team.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I want the Chiefs. Like, I like the Chiefs. Like, they're like the next dynasty, but at the same time, the Eagles, they've just been looking good all year. And they had a little slowdown in their season, but overall, I mean, if they can play like they played against the 49ers, bro, man, it's gonna be a game. Let's just leave it at that.
For sure. Now moving into some of the awards and accolades for the game here. Who do you got as your MVP? Since you got the Eagles winning.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not give it to Jalen Hurts? I mean, I don't really know who else you can give it to with the production that he's had all day. I mean, Miles Sanders. I think ultimately
about this game.
Yeah, it just depends on who's gonna come out and fire this game. But Jalen's always got the ball in his hands, so that's one of the main reasons why I'm going to pick him for that. And if KC wins, to me, you got to go with Patrick Mahomes again.
Yeah, I got Mahomes for sure too. Yeah, and I mean Jalen Hurts. I feel like either way, either one of these quarterbacks will probably end up winning the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you think will have the most passing yards?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes for sure. I think Patrick Mahomes. Right? Now rushing yards, I think Hurts.
In the whole game, you think Hurts?
Yeah. I think Hurts has more rushing yards. And I just noticed the Kansas City is an underdog in this game. They are the money line plus 105 for KC, and then minus 125 for the Eagles. So that's pretty interesting.
It is interesting. You don't normally see that. That's a team that's always ready to go. It's gonna be crazy. I'm so pumped for this game, to be honest. Can't wait for it, dude. But last thing, who do you got for most receiving yards?
Man, most receiving yards. It's crazy because like AJ Brown can come out of nowhere and have a crazy game with Philly if Hurts can get him the ball.
For sure.
But Travis Kelce always, I wouldn't even say gonna have the most receiving yards. So he's definitely gonna get the touches. We know this.
Sure.
He's got 1,300 yards in the season, 12 touchdowns.
He's the one I got getting the most receiving yards this game, dude. Mr. Reliable. Hard not to throw it to him.
He is now the most receiving yards. Yeah, I mean I'm probably right there with you, man. And it's crazy like coming from a tight end perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. But when you got a tight end that plays like he's the best wide receiver in the league. Sometimes you gotta, dude. That's like you said, 1,300 receiving yards. Bro, come on now.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. I mean, yeah, give me Travis Kelce with an honorable mention of AJ Brown if Philly
I like that.
hooks it up.
I agree with that.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, bro. But at the end of the day, man, it's been a pleasure casting this with you. It's been a fun season, very, very entertaining season. We had a lot of good battles, a lot of good games to talk about, and I'm really looking forward to next season, man. It's gonna be a good time.
For sure, bro. So as you heard it here first, last cast of the year. It was a great time, of course, bro. Everyone else who's joined us, definitely thank you for joining along, and everyone who's listened.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
We'll be back, baby.
Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave comments down there for who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, because the predictions are coming in fast and we'll find out Sunday night.
One last time, bro. Later, dude.
Later.